All right. So today, or I put another lesson on there, learning about flight, and I called it a choose your own adventure lab. So what that means is that there are two ways to do the lab. You could do both. You could do one or the other, but they're two different concepts. The first one, you're just going to design different airplanes and determine how far they go and find out what design makes the farthest airplane and discuss that. And then the second one, you're going to take the same airplane design and you're going to add drag and weight to it and see what happens. So there are two fun labs. Do both, do one, you know, and that it's a really good way to, do engineering, do a little bit of science at the same time, and then I included some history and some physical work too. So you're going to do a history of flight timeline as an assignment, and you're going to build or draw the original Wright brothers planes at Kitty Hawk or whatever. So it'll be a cool little history lesson included with your science and everything like that. And I just want to talk a little bit about flight, and I'll have a live lesson about this in the coming days. Let's go with Wednesday at noon on Wednesday at noon, if you have any, March 25th. So if you have any questions, I'll be all live for any comments, questions about it. Wednesday at noon, March 25th. And remember, the class code, if you're not in my Google Classroom yet, is asepxwg, and again, it'll be in the comments as well. So I have a little, mini drone here, just to show quickly physics of flight. Okay, so planes fly. Let's fly is different. Planes take off because these wings are set up so specially, right? So they're set up to create high pressure below and low pressure above. And and when you have a low pressure above and a high pressure below, the high pressure helps push the object up in the air. That's how flight works. Okay, so that's one of the things. Now, the way we create that high and low pressure is a couple ways. First of all, wing design. So the wing is designed, see how it's curved? There's a curve, this part, but maybe you can't see it that way, but there's an inverse curve here, and it's curved up on top, and that creates the high and low pressure of a wing. Okay? The next thing is, so now you got to keep in mind though, a plane's heavy, right? So gravity is pulling down. So it's got to overcome gravity. So the thing that overcomes gravity is the lift. So you got to create more lift with your wings than the force of gravity. Okay, the other thing is thrust. Thrust is how you move forward, or forward, the opposite way. Thrust is how you move forward, and you're trying to overcome the force of friction. So there's four forces acting on this. There's lift and gravity, which are opposite, and there's thrust and friction, which are opposite. And what or should I say, thrust and friction. Anyway, thrust makes it go forward, friction is trying to slow it down, gravity is trying to pull it down, which we'll actually talk about, that's not exactly true, but pull it towards Earth, whereas lift is trying to get it past above, up above Earth. So you need to make sure that you're overcoming those forces to do it. Okay, so let me just turn this quickly on so you can see a little bit what's happening here. So it's trying to lift out of my hands, right? Because it's the lift of these wings is greater than the force of gravity. It'll allow it to fly, right? And that's what's happening. Okay. So I just want to make sure you can see it. My Spider-Man drone. All right. So that's the basics of it. I would like the history of flight timeline included, maybe images, and I would either build with toothpicks and whatever you want, create with Legos, build the Kitty Hawk plane from the Wright brothers, and do the lab. And let me know what you think. And again, I'll be on there on Wednesday at noon on the 25th for any people who have any misunderstandings about what the lab is. Thank you.